Mema obi biara akwa ababimba odene hu TV so say na any day di kan wo hwe me amesre so be like no subscribe no share say da foforo so ebenye bi ahwe yofa ye ni nchirem awoye eye ofa K akachi na ofa K atena se de nsem bi atudwa na atachia so de eye letter chenche bi akoma Dr. Ayine se oyedi eye nkwalasem na Ayine yedi nkwalasem na afen so adwen se yewura edubu ahen so akwala ama no ana sesen na ohunu sen den na ohunu se yewura edubu ahen enso na eno na akwakoye ensem twetwe na so mo kyerɛ se obi nya asem mpo a se wo de ne kɔ court ema court edi asem no ema no na se enye se wo de beba be si bedwam na waka no se de awopɛ no anase na se as wo asem ye dempo a enye se de awopɛ asem no na wo bɛyɛ no wo se wo de kɔ mmra na mmra edi asem no ma na ebusua nsem no de ekoso bebre ntimi nse wo mra ne yenkɔ gi nsem no nkyire mu ne yeba me de aka ni na aba beka me da wase.
In a court of public opinion and chipping the press conference by saying our clients are still being investigated by Economic and Organized Crime Office (YOCO). It's pronounced our clients guilty of state looting. In a court of public opinion and chipping the press conference by saying our clients are still being investigated by Economic and Organized Crime Office (YOCO). In the press conference by saying our clients are still being investigated by Economic and Organized Crime Office (YOCO). Has been a distinguished lecturer of law, and we cannot fathom why he will use the power of the press rather than his advocacy at the bar to feed the general public with his prejudicial and skewed information, which he unprofessionally called evidence to poison the general public and by extension the entire world against our client. The power to investigate any Ghanaian for alleged criminal offense has no party colours. It is painstaking exercise to ensure that the rights of citizens are not abused and their personalities rubbished by those who wield the powers of state to conduct sacred exercise. All professional investigations and not party investigations are devoid of razzmatazz and propaganda. The suspect, who is the subject matter of the investigation, should not be disgraced before the assemblage of the so-called facts, which will point him out as an accused person. A suspect is not an accused person until the facts clinically put together through investigations graduate into a docket after the suspect is formally charged. When a suspect is being investigated, he is entitled to bail for the simple reason that the investigating body cannot treat him as an individual. Already pronounced guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction. The criminal jurisprudence the world over frowns upon inquiry bill being used as an emotive weapon of punishment against persons who may be potentially innocent after adduction of evidence, not in the new Patriotic Party headquarters, but before a court of competent jurisdiction. Okay. The 21st day of March, his wife walked to the premises of YOCO to find out how her husband was doing, and she was immediately arrested. Rehearsed criminals do not voluntarily go to the place of match. His wife walked to the premises of YOCO to find out how her husband was doing, and she was immediately arrested. When undertaking its prosecution, it is easy to confuse decent and well-cultured Ghanaians from common criminals. As at today, Agnes has been incarcerated by YOCO on the account of what the Attorney General is using to contaminate our clients in the press and unprofessionally expose them to public opprobrium. It is difficult to come to terms with the fact that the Attorney General is comfortable with the press where there is no proof beyond reasonable doubt. The Attorney General has become the media prosecutor of our clients, a judge in his own court, while simultaneously asserting that he is still investigating the case. This is counterintuitive. We We do not believe a change of government through constitutional means should degenerate into a reset version of rule of law, in which the press is fed with a pathetic, one-sided, and untested position of the leader of the bar. This unmitigated prejudice, which with defamatory consequences, will be prosecuted in the appropriate forum. We are shocked that at the press conference, the Attorney General was fortunate that the wealth of citizens of Ghana with constitutional rights is being advertised to the whole world until Yoko finds a correlation between the proceeds of the alleged crime and the property's acquisition. Kwabena became the Deputy Director of National Signals Bureau in 2016 during the NDC time in government. The NPP in power did not jettison his competence and vast experience in the field. Kwabena has been doing business well before he was appointed by the NPP government to the high office of Director of National Signals Bureau. It is very unprofessional to assert that the properties purportedly owned by our clients were acquired after 2018, when there is no verification that they belong to our client using criminal proceeds from their work. With respect, this disjointed logic exposes the bad faith and a desperate attempt to give political color to the Attorney General's own self-confession that investigations are still ongoing. The Attorney General's appetite to eat uncooked food is amazing. Brofo, atimota funa bedu na brofo ben ni edishia won. Tachia brofo. Today, Ghana is at the crime scene, and the constitution has been turned upside down, and everybody can be guilty before the evidence. Democracy is sitting upside down. I was very much surprised this morning when our client was denied the right to counsel by Yoko with a reset constitution that I could not have the confidentiality of talking to my client and giving them the appropriate legal advice prior to the investigation unless an official of Yoko listened to the lawyer-client's solemn engagement. This reset rule of law defies my modest 31 years of legal practice. In today's Ghana, the Attorney General is acutely aware he has violated the rights of our client relating to the not more than 48-hour incarceration constitutional prescription, and tell the whole world that he can play with the ball with the bail issue by releasing our clients and rearresting them. We are seeing through the dastardly addenda that led us in the court of public opinion, besmear Kwabena and Angela with filth and guilt, so that in the event of a court of law, equity and good conscience will find the case of the Attorney General as propaganda and not evidence. We can feed frenzy with this to the citizenry that yes, indeed, the NPP judiciary that is setting the innocent free. We will pursue justice for our clients. We are undaunted. Our sense of law has been violated today, and to paraphrase the words of one American president, democracy is too strong for our learned Attorney General. Yours faithfully, Samuel Atachia, Zo Achia, and Co. Kennedy, Brofono, Makana Tente, La Atachia, I will say Biago. Na say me bonning in our tofa. Na me the Atre, your tear for near her four. And someone like Atachia, you Jinamuma Kwabra Edubuahe. What can you say? Enra, Umudu Yao Yesa Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Akrotinga Ayine, of Friends Central 4. Now, on one issue, a reset version of the law.